Finally, this week, a college student is thankful to be alive after surviving a terrifying experience.
Maya Grimes lived through an EF3 tornado. She told CBN's Charlene Aaron about her miraculous survival.
Driving just outside of St. Louis on May 16th, Maya Grimes noticed the sky turn dark as she talked to her dad on the phone.
It just looked like there was a storm coming. And so I stayed on the phone with him, and then about a minute passed since we started the phone call, and then the trees started to fall down on both sides of the street. And so I was screaming into the phone, "Dad, the trees are falling, the trees are falling, the trees are falling."
Before she knew it, Maya found herself in the middle of an EF3 tornado. She shared her frightening experience recently on CBN's Prayer Link.
The trees were falling on both sides of the street. If I swerved onto the other side of the street, I would have swerved into incoming traffic. And then if I would have stayed on the side that I was on, I would have gotten hit by the big oak trees falling on the street called Union. So I ended up driving over a tree, and that's kind of when everything just took a turn.
You were caught right in the middle of all of it, and your car started spinning in circles. You were holding on to your steering wheel for dear life. What was going through your mind as your car is spinning around like that?
My car started spinning in circles and spinning and spinning. And at the same time as it started spinning, I remember the rain had just started pouring down like right before that point. And there was a lot of hail. So the hail was hitting my car, the rain was pouring down. And like before I could even process that, the car just started spinning in circles. And I was just holding onto the wheel screaming, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus."
Then the powerful storm suddenly blew out the windows of Maya's car.
I was just thinking, as the windows were all busting out on me on every side of my car, that was it. And that I just, wanted to make it as fast and hopefully painless as possible if those were to be my last moment. I was ejected from my car through the driver's side door, and I slid down the street about 40 yards in the rain and with, the debris and everything falling in the middle of the street.
Maya grabbed onto a light post, the only thing left standing, and held on for dear life. After the wind died down, she flagged down a nearby ambulance for help, suffering only a few cuts and bruises, for which she gives God all the credit. While the rising senior says her near-death experience was traumatic, it's also strengthened her relationship with Jesus, a story she now shares across social media to point others to the one true lifesaver.
I'm 20 years old, and I know that a lot of people my age may be on the fence or kind of struggling with their faith. And so the reason for me posting was just to say, get right with God, because life is so uncertain. The plans that we have for ourselves are not always the plans that God has for us. And this whole situation really just put that into perspective, how serious life is and just how important it is to make sure that other people also know the importance of getting right and forming a real relationship with God.
Charlene Aaron, CBN News.